ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰੈਸਿਵ ਇੰਟਰਕਲਚਰਲ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਪਿਕਸ ਦੇ ਚੀਫ ਐਗਜ਼ੀਕਿਊਟਿਵ ਆਫੀਸਰ ਸਤਬੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਚੀਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਨਿਭਾਈਆਂ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਈਨ ਆਫ ਪਲੈਟੀਨਮ ਜੁਬਲੀ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਨਾਲ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਇਹ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਕੈਨ ਹਾਰਡੀ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ 'ਤੇ ਬੋਲਦਿਆਂ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਲੈਣ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਸਤਬੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਚੀਮਾ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ MP ਕੈਨ ਹਾਰਡੀ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ।
Truly humble and thankful, grateful to Mr. Hardie here for considering me for this special appreciation. And also thankful to you for agreeing to do the ceremony here at head office in the presence of my PICS family. That was more important for me as well. Because this, as you mentioned, is for PICS society, for the staff, for the volunteers, for the board members, for all the great work that we all do. And it's a very timely acknowledgement and endorsement that yes, we are doing a good job. So always feel proud of it. Okay? Thank you all for doing this wonderful work on a daily basis to change the lives of so many people. So it's an honor and privilege to accept this on behalf of my PICS family. And I dedicate it to my mentor, coach, and leader, late Mr. Chanpal Gill, for the path he laid out for us. Thank you.
So you may wonder, but you won't have to wonder very hard as to why we chose Satbir to receive this. He's been with this organization for 25 years. He took over from Mr. Gill in 2017, 5 years ago, almost 8 years ago now. And of course, Mr. Gill was called away almost 2 years ago now. And the whole idea behind PICS and the whole idea that makes Satbir Cheema tick mesh together perfectly, because the organization has gone forward based on all of the work that Mr. Gill did, and Satbir is taking it forward along the same path. But there are always forks in the road, and there are always new things to do. But this gentleman was awarded the Queen's, I guess it was the Diamond Jubilee? Yeah, Diamond Jubilee Medal in 2012, for about the same reason that he's going to get the Platinum Jubilee Medal today. The thing with PICS, and this is an organization that I've grown to know, understand, and appreciate since I was elected in 2015. It's an organization that looks at the economy, it looks at society, it looks at people, and it sees gaps between where we are today and where we could be tomorrow. You know, there are some schools of thought that says if a person isn't making it in life, it's a flaw on their part. But people here, all of you know that we don't all start from the same start line. Sometimes we're new with a different language. Sometimes our family wasn't as supportive as it could have been to help us launch into life. And so it's organizations like PIC that close those gaps. The training for somebody who could do a better job and earn more money. Language skills for somebody who's new here and ready to work hard to make their way. These are the sorts of things that PICS has been doing. And for 25 years, and now with the leadership of Satbir, PICS is going to continue to do the same thing. I think that, when I look at some of the events that PICS has done over the years, like the Mega Job Fair, which is coming up again February 6th at the Italian Cultural Center, right? Italian Cultural. I don't know if that's an oxymoron or not. I have Italian friends and we argue about this. But, of course, that's in Vancouver. PICS isn't just a Surrey organization anymore. It's one that's extending its reach, its care, and its concern right across Metro Vancouver. And this is a good example. And I remember 4 or 5 years ago when you'd have the Mega Job Fair And there'd be throngs of people looking for work, because in those days we had so many people with precarious employment, barely making it by on sometimes 2 or even 3 jobs. Boy, how times have changed. Now it's the employers looking for talent. But it works the same way, which is why having another mega job fair is the perfect thing to do at a time right now when our unemployment rate in Canada is the lowest it's ever been. And every second business has a help wanted sign on the door. But the one program, and there's so many of them, that PICS is involved in, that really gets me where I live, is the SAFE program, the Surrey Anti-Gang Empowerment Program. Because that's a program that our federal government came in to support. And I can tell you that with the assistance of Sue Dollywall and Randeep Sarai, John Aldegg, and myself, that support is going to continue. That's going to go in and help families right at their kitchen table if their kids are in peril of getting involved in gangs, or they're in a gang and we need to get them out. And the SAFE program is a perfect example of how a whole range of community organizations can come together and complement the work that they do to make sure that the whole ground is covered and the initiative is going to be a success. It is already a success. We're close to 4,000 kids that have been helped by SAFE. And PICS has been in there right from the beginning, and we expect it to continue to be there, right? I'll turn to the board member, right? Absolutely, good. So I'm not going to keep you away from your work because I know it's important, but I think there's one word that kind of sums up PICS and sums up your leader. And that word is the first word in the name of this organization, progressive. Progressive. It means a lot of different things depending on the context. But I'm going to take an old saying that was first, I guess, coined by George Bernard Shaw, and then later very famously adapted by Senator Edward Kennedy in the United States at the funeral of his brother Bobby. And I'm going to adapt it a little bit more for this circumstance. And I'm going to read it, just so I make sure I get it right. Because on this occasion, and for the purposes of recognizing the true essence of the qualities that make Satbir such a worthy recipient of the recognition that we're giving him, in the name of Queen Elizabeth, who, when, by the way, when I was a kid, it was her dad that was king. And I remember her coronation. And I remember that famous speech that he made where she dedicated her whole life in service of England and the Commonwealth. And how well we've been served by that and by the continuity that that represents with her son, King Charles. And we can frame all of this by using that famous George Bernard quote, which I will modify for this occasion, which says, and this is the spirit of this organization and of this gentleman. Some people see things as they are and ask why. Others, progressives like PICS and like Satbir Cheema, see things as they could be and ask why not. Progressive people, progressive organizations, progressive governments, we are all on the same page for a great country. Satbir, thank you, sir, and congratulations.